Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? I should be live. It is Sunday, and this is the week of Halloween coming up during the weekend, which I thought was most appropriate. I'm feeling a little wolfy. Thought I rocked the bark at the moon, even though it's not a full moon tonight. This would have been perfect if it was a full moon tonight. But I think the next real full moon is not till like the 5th of November. Last time I checked the charts. So don't quote me on that. Never quote me on anything. See, we got a few people tuned in. So we got, hey, what's up, Daryl? We got the ever elusive. Where is he? Oh, we got Nick. What's up, y'all? Glenn. Hey, what's up, Glenn? It's going to be a busy week for me. Got a few things coming up, so I'll be making some announcements towards the end there. So what's on the agenda? So this is going to be a little bit of an I guess a collection update, and as you guys probably read the description. So we got HeavyMetal Overkill, and that would be Dave, who's based out of Ohio, right? And he sent me a box. So it will be a VCLT. So I decided this would be fun to do a blind one. Not like the one I did with Marty's. Sorry, Marty. It took a while to get around to that one. But I hope it was a fun video. These things are always fun. It's always fun getting stuff. But at the same time, giving back and saying thanks to the community. So I always try to find a way to give back and keep you guys entertained and kind of just with this whole thing. So this is a great community. So I appreciate everybody, those that tune in, those who comment, even those who don't comment. You know, you can't comment on every video. So it's always good to see everybody here. And okay, who do we got? So we got, hey, what's up, Marty? I don't know what's going on around here. So like I said, I'm feeling a little wolfy. So tonight I decided to go with the Werewolf of Wall Street. So anybody know this one? I believe it's a brew out of New York, and it's got some nice slashy claws. So all you howling fans for 2 days, sophisticated werewolf. So there you go. I think it's a nice 7%er. Not looking to get smashed. So I do have to work tomorrow, and I'm sure like a lot of you. So don't want to keep you here too long. And Metal Hellbilly. So I just subscribed to you. So go check out his channel. A lot of you guys here who have channels. So HeavyMetal Overkill, of course. There's a link below here. So he definitely could use more subscribers. And he is a 2025 new channel. So I'm glad you're on board, along with Daryl here, Celtic Frosty. So Daryl has also 2025 new channel. So we are growing. We're like the Flintstones kids, right? We're like 1 million strong and growing. All right, you guys don't know, you can get that reference. Never mind. All right, so where are we? Yes, sir. So I don't know so much what your channel is going to pertain. If you're going to do anything with lives or we'll say collection updates. You know, everybody has their own flavor, whatever, distinct style. So Battles of Retribution. Hey, what's up? I'm doing well, man. Doing well. So I will get on with it and just show you all the goodies and things coming up for this week. So yeah, not everything here is going to be metal. So like I said, if you guys know me, you know, I'm all over the map. But I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the unboxing first for HeavyMetal Overkill. So Dave, thank you again. Here is the box, which came through the USPS service. And upside down. There we go. Yeah. So there's definitely LPs in here. You get enough of this stuff, you can kind of tell. There's records here. I don't know if there's any CDs. Maybe records, tape. I don't know. Dave mostly shows vinyl on his channel, so I figured that's probably where his leanings are. I would, if I had to guesstimate. So yeah. Who else? Yeah. That's right. People who don't know, Mark G changed his name to Bowser Retribution. So very cool to see you here, Mark. Definitely check out his channel too. He's got a very cool series. Covers a lot of really good slimy fucking girls death metal. And he is your guy for this. So we got a couple over here overseas, which is definitely always awesome. I also want to give a shout out to Mark, Wandering Webzine. He did a live stream this morning, very early in the morning for me anyway. So he got to 2,500 subscribers. Again, don't quote me on my math. I'm terrible at it. So let me go ahead and get this thing started. And it should be one hell of a time. This is October. So I pulled a lot of October related things. So if you guys know what that means, it's probably things that are more moody, dark, dreary, depressive, which is kind of what a lot of us here experience during the autumn season. So yeah. So what did he put in the box? So by the way, like I said, link is in the description below for Dave's channel. And also, let's set the mood. There we go. And so for those of you who don't know, this is Dave right here. To prepare for this glorious occasion, if you will. So yeah, so thank you, Dave. Oh, let me go ahead and pull that back. All right, so all right, I gotta be careful because if it is vinyl, I don't want to cut through it. And so he reached out to me. We've been communicating through the Discord. So Heavy Metallurgy has a Discord. I'm sure if you've been watching Heavy Metallurgy, Marty and Alan has disclosed that plenty of times. And I try to hop on whenever I can. I'm not a regular like some of these other guys who comment a lot more on those servers, but it is quite active. And a lot of the happenings that's going on in the VC and whatnot, and people can kind of give their input and things. We know we have experienced a little bit of drama here and there in the VC. And so not to take away from, everything else that's been going on. There's some positive stuff with the community. Looks like there's a note here. And so let me go ahead and get that opened. So again, I got to be very careful. I don't want to cut through anything that I shouldn't. Okay. So it looks like, it's all vinyl. So you know me, I'm a vinyl head, if that's a term. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. And yep. So sup, Sir Rick. I'm just Rick. Here's a couple of LPs for you. A couple that I thought you would dig, and actually had something you had mentioned, but I missed it on my first flip through. No worries, man. No worries. So very, very cool. And let's see what he put in the box. Hey, what's up, Logan? Here I am, man. Sunday night. Okay. Yeah, I see you in the chat all the time there, Hellbilly. And check out the thumbnail. Who does the thumbnails? I don't know. Some dude. Oh, okay. First LP here. Very, very familiar. I know this one very, very well. This is the band out of Michigan. Very Halloweeny, and this is definitely an awesome edition. So this is Evil Sound Screamers, Acid Witch. Very, very fucking cool. I can't think of something more Halloween than something like this. It's super, super fitting. However, I do have a copy of this, but now you're giving me ideas, Dave. So I am doing a Halloween stream later in this weekend, and being that I already have a copy of this, I don't know if I have the same variants. I have like a candy corn version of this. Let me see. This is a splatter. I don't know if it's colored, but let me see. It is it might just be black. I'm not sure. Oh no, okay. It looks like it's colored, and oh, okay. It's like it's like a yellow splatter. It definitely goes with the cover. And Acid Witch are very like super fucking campy. They don't take themselves seriously. They're really kooky, fun, you know, but they also have like pretty brooding death metal, you know, but it's wrapped in a sort of psychedelic fog, if you will. If you like Druid Lord and you know stuff like that, I think that this would be up your alley. Very good packaging, very thick stock. Hell's Headbangers put this out, right? Yeah, Hell's Headbangers put. I think they put all their stuff, and very cool. So if you don't mind, Dave, I will do like a giveaway during the Halloween stream. I'll figure something out, but I will do a giveaway with this and maybe some other stuff. So you are kicking something off here. I did not intend, but now I intend. It comes with a poster. Yes, I do remember this poster. This thing is fucking killer artwork. The whole thing is just awesome. Is it a spiked candy variant? Is that what they call it? It's hard to keep track of all the names of all the variants, but this is a really cool and thank you, very thoughtful edition because it does fit the season. So you all heard it here. Dave has kicked off a giveaway that I will announce the details on, which will coincide with the Halloween stream, and someone will end up with a copy of this. Of course, not Dave. However, if you want to enter, Dave, and you end up winning, I will send you something else and not this. We'll figure something out if you want to be part of a contest. So, hey, there he is, the elusive James G. Philosopher. What's up, man? Okay. Yeah, so let's keep it moving. This next one, I think I know this one too. And can you guys guess? The Hollowed. There is some stickers in here. I do not want to. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I got it. Includes a Norelix sticker. Dave and I have been kind of talking back and forth about this band. These guys are like a sludgy kind of death doom band out of Quebec. Awesome band. Did they put out? It was a release. Was it this year? I think it was this year. They put out a new album, Norelisk. So I don't think I have any Norelisk stickers. Pretty fucking cool. There's two of them here. There's that one. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's like a bird and some skulls. Something doomy, definitely. So 2 Norelisk stickers. Pretty badass, man. I don't have any Norelisk stickers. Thank you, Dave. So this is, it's what I thought it was. Jag Panzer. This is their latest. I think this is their latest one. I do not have this one. Okay. Yeah, just released a live album as well. Are you talking about Jag Panzer? I did not know that. If that's the case, I did not know that. So again, this is a band out of Colorado, and this is a limited edition blue and white marble. So this is kind of US heavy power metal. It's long time running. This band's been around since the early 80s, and they've had periods where they took kind of this hiatus. It's been a while since they released another album. This one, I think there was it the Deviant Chord? I think was the last one. It was a few years back. I remember they don't put out albums too frequently, but when they do, I mean, their stuff is like quality. So I love Conklin's voice, you know, and it seems like his age does not wear on him. You know, it still has a lot of umph and power. I have checked out this album around the time it came out, but I have not went back to it. Just getting caught up with a lot of other stuff. So fucking cool, Dave. I'm actually really excited about this one. So let me just go ahead and show you guys the variant here. So here, cool gatefold. There you go. Nice big gatefold. There's the band. There's the back track listing. Really cool painting. This kind of gives me it's kind of I think this is like a post-apocalyptic thing. What's that movie with like the train? It's like Sub-Zero, and the train can't stop, and Kind of gives me those vibes. A little bit of cold winter fallout at the same time. So it's a blue vinyl. It's a double LP, I believe. I'm not going to pull the other one out, which I think it's kind of the same. But there we go. It's a nice blue. So Jag Panzer, I believe this is their latest one, hollowed. Can't wait if I can put this, man, on a turntable. Cool, because I've only checked that out digitally. And always good to have Jag Panzer in the collection. So, yeah, Concrete Clovenhoof, good call, man. That's another good October band. Snowpiercer, thank you, Logan. Came out a few years back, right? It's a good movie. I just hope nothing like that ever really happens in real life. It would really suck. Okay. Next one here. Give you guys a teaser. It's a bunch of skeletons. And I think I opened it upside down. And this is I've seen this before. Can you read that? Unholy Cadaver. Yeah. Shadow Kingdoms put this out. And this is Callie. Mike from Mike's in his band, right? This is Lord Weird Slowfag. I haven't seen this thing in years, man. It's been a long fucking time. Holy shit. How did you know to put this in here? I love Slowfag, man, and Mike likes work. So there is a let me see. Okay. So it's another gatefold. Holy shit. Look at the packaging on this. There's a CD here too, right here. That is some crazy killer packaging right there. Cool illustration. This whole thing is just killer. Wow. Is the CD like a live DVD or something? Or is that like the actual CD? I wish more labels would do this kind of thing. Because some labels put like vinyl out only. And to throw a CD in there like this, it's pretty badass to give people kind of that option. So I think this is Mike's band, Lord Weird Slowfag, which is he also is in Hammers of Misfortune. And if I had to guess, this is probably more of the Hammers of Misfortune kind of route, which is a very weird band, hard to describe. They're kind of like it's like take like Satan's Host, but with add more progressiveness to it. And their sound is all over the map. I imagine this is something like this too. There's harsh vocals. I'm going from memory, but I believe it's something kind of along those lines. So it's pretty vicious, progressive. If it's anything like Hammers of Misfortune, pretty cool. Let me see if anybody here knows. Oh, thank you, man. I'm really excited about this, man. I can't wait to check it out. It's been years since I've seen this. I don't know when it came out, but I remember seeing it quite a while ago. And I've never really looked back on it, but I remember Mike being attached to this in some way. Hammers of Misfortune. Yeah. I remember it being I own like two of them and it's on CD, and I don't go to them that often because I feel like I really need to be in the mood for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree. Mark, if they put more CDs in like that with the packaging, it would be very pricey, I understand. But if you're going to go ahead and put the money for this kind of quality and packaging, I mean, I don't know what the cost of manufacturing and putting this up together is, but that is quite a presentation. And I think for people who are true collectors will pay the premium for it. The reason people complain about the premium pricing is because they're not getting the quality back what they put in. It's like when you're getting flimsy, shoddy shit and labels are off center and stuff like that, and the quality control is not there. I think a lot of the consumers have a right to complain, about what am I paying for, right? It is. Okay, thank you. So fucking cool. So I think that was it. And that, you know what? This is hell of a package, Dave. So thank you very much, man. He said he was gonna send me a package, and I had no idea what was coming this way. He asked me what kind of trad metal bands I liked, and one of them was I was telling him I was looking for more Jag Panzer in the collection, which is one of those bands that I try to find stuff in the wild. You know, I can go out and just, but the thrill of the hunt's not there, right? To just click on a shopping cart basket and load it in and have it shipped to my door. There's just certain bands I do want to find them out in the wild, and Jag Panzer was one of those bands. But you made it easy. I did not have the latest one. I'm kind of curious because again, I haven't listened to that album since it came out. I think it was like 2 years ago, something like that. And I don't know, I don't remember, but I remember the production being pretty good for modern metal. Oh hell yeah, man! That's the fun of it, you know. My problem with record stores is I tend to spend more there because I'm already there, and I justify it in my head like, well, I'm not paying the shipping, right? I could just go in my car and, you know, the cost of gas, I guess, to go there, depending where you're going. But if I look at my shopping carts, I don't have prying eyes or judging eyes on me. I just can look removed from my carts and put back and add. But when you're at the record store, I'm like this. And I don't know about you guys, but I do this thing where I will fill up my arm of records, and I would tell the guy at the counter, like, hey, can you hold this for me? Because I need to go back and look for more shit. And then I go back, and then I'll realize how much I'm fucking racking up. By the time I get there, and maybe I got a t-shirt or two or something, and I'm like, all right, I can't be blowing half a paycheck on this shit. Like, it's ridiculous. So I got to split it out in multiple trips, you know. So yeah, you know, and I look for certain bands. Oh, Kansas, it's a good band to get into, especially now while you can still get it cheaply and it's still readily available. So I guess everybody's habits are different, I guess, but I give you a little insight into what goes on in my mind when I go into these places. So yeah, so let's keep it moving. So that was the stuff I got from Dave. So Unholy Cadaver, Jag Panzers, Hollowed, and the Acid Witch, which I already have a copy of it. It's a different variant though. It's like a more of a candy corn, and shit. So what was the last one? Rot Among Us, I think, was the last one. So it came out after Evil's what is it? Evil Sound Screamers. So I will be giving Evil Sound Screamers. I will be giving away that copy. I will announce the details on during the Halloween stream or right before. I'll figure something out, but it will be a cool thing, and I will also include other things with it, of course, as part of a Halloween kind of thing. Because I haven't done a giveaway in a while. We can't give all the fun to Melanie, right? Other people can do giveaways too. Sorry, Melanie, didn't mean to put you on the spot. So, all right, I got a few CDs and a couple of vinyl. I'll do a few announcements, and then we can call it a night here. There is another stream happening tonight over at Depeche Commode, which I will also announce again in a little bit. So, cheers, everybody. Hats off to everybody and those who tune in. So, yeah. So let's begin with some. Let me put this one back here. Make some space. Got a few things. So let me begin with two CDs here. Used record store pickups. And so anybody who likes the old stuff. So there was one called The Psychotic Overkill from Wicked Lady, CD I picked up a while back. And I didn't have the Axeman Cometh. And this is a very heavy. It's a boob alert, so I gotta. There you go. You know, it's a very nice pair, but I'm afraid the YouTube police will be after me, and this will ruin the fun. The Axeman Cometh, and maybe I can show the backside. I mean, look at that. The love the art direction on this. So this is a band that plays very heavy. They can often go bluesy. It's actually quite doomy. which I don't think they were described as that kind of band at the time. But in hindsight, you go back to listen to something like this. This band was around with when that early Black Sabbath stuff was dropping, and this band Wicked Lady was. They never got their due. They never. I don't think they've ever released a full length. I think everything has been sort of these singles and whatnot. I mean, unless this is the full length, but or compilation. I don't know exactly how it worked out with this band, but it's pretty heavy 70s rock. A bit of a psychedelic, very well performed, doomy, very downtrodden kind of production, and really really cool stuff. So if anybody knows Wicked Lady, I think you could chime in, and I'm sure people have pretty good opinions about it, especially for its time. We're talking early 70s. Really cool reissue. I don't think this was the original cover. I think this is part of a repackaging. And at the same time, I also picked up another early 70s act. This is more of a psychedelic kind of Brit rock, Brit pop. This is it's got another lady in the cover, but no need for a boob alert on this one. So you got Octopus, Restless Night, and this was their only album. I believe they released a slew of singles at the time. So here they are, and really really cool stuff. I know there was two brothers who were involved in this band, and this kind of stuff is kind of very much what you expect from the sounds of that time. Just give you a quick preview of some of the packaging and some of the photography. Really good, just kind of story and just the details of the history of this band. And ooh la la, there you go. Yeah. So here they are. I feel like with every stream I gotta do like a boob alert or something. Like this, just I don't know. They're just always there. But Octopus, very short-lived band. This was reissued by Rev. Who was it? Rev OTR. Ola. I'm not quite sure. Rev Ola Records. And this is kind of reminiscent of the stuff you'd expect. I mean, expect a little bit like Beatles, Elton John, with a little bit more Stones, and it's again Who, but these guys do not feel like they're B tier. I feel like if these guys were given a push like the way the Beatles were and everybody else and Elton John, these guys could have been so huge. The performance, just the quality of the songwriting. It's got the hooks. Everything they had the formula. They had everything going for them. And I know some of the members went out to play or open for other bands like Cream and Yes and whatnot. But this is what we're stuck with. And they never really released anything else after this. I'm putting this on, man. I'm just like completely just captivated at how good this stuff is. So, if you guys like the old shit, like, like something like this, it's very well written songwriting. It feels like A tier kind of material, what you'd kind of expect from the stuff that was coming out around that time. So, you got that Wicked Lady, good band, man. So I just have that now and the Psychotic Overkill CD. So if I see the vinyls around, if they're not, I think I've seen Psychotic Overkill, but that was a little pricey for what I wanted to pay at the record store. So if I see it around, so a few things. Heavy Metallurgy had Roger on, and they talked about 90s thrash metal. You guys remember that episode? And so when I was tuning into that, I remember waiting for a copy of this to come in. So it's here now. And this is a band out of Texas. And another one that was short-lived, just released this right here. And this is Archaic Torse with Sneak Attack. And let me take it out of here so you can see it. The artwork is very H.R. Giger, but it's not. But you would think it is. It's a guy. I know the guy was imitated quite a lot right here. But this is some heavy thrash. I would say it even borders on death thrash. 1992, I believe it was. early 90s. If you're into bands, I think a good comparison might be stuff like Protector, for you Protector fans. Morbid Saints. It just has that really deep, very abrasive, heavy, just very cutting riffing. And this is a reissue by Vic Records. So I don't know if they had any other reissues before this. I don't remember seeing copies around quite a lot. But Archaic Torse out of Texas, really blasting, scathing, heavy, early, not too early, but not early 90s US thrash, almost to the point where it borders on death metal at times. So really cool. This should not be hard to find if you guys are looking to explore more, I guess, obscure, heavy thrash metal. So there's that. Really happy to get that one in the collection. Here's some old Krishna core. This is a Shelter, Quest for Certainty. And like I said, not everything here is metal. So there's some hardcore punk here. Ray Capo, who you guys know from Youth of Today, and some of the other guys. There's Vic, who went on from Inside Out. He played with Inside Out, which was with Zach De La Rocha. What is it? Who's the other guy? Porcel. I think he also played with Judge, Gorilla Biscuits. So yeah, just try to fill in more stuff. Revelation. The kind of stuff they put out. So yeah, more hardcore punk, classic, 1992, I believe. Oh yeah. Yeah, I missed the last Integrity show. That was the last summer. It was with Earth Crisis, and because it just sold out, it's just I could not get a ticket. But it's cool that they're playing all over the place. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, fucking Shelter, man. Check them out. Again, Ray started that whole Krishna core thing. Philadelphia has a band called Christ that kind of went in that direction. Even the Cro-Mags, kind of developed that. It's more of a philosophy. Porcel, there we go. Have developed that philosophy. These guys are more, and the clean, straight edge kind of movements. Kind of was propelled by Ray, and also, so a lot of you guys who took advantage. I know Logan's here. Got in on the $2 sale from Southern Lord. So hey, what's up, Chris? Chris also got in on the sale. A lot of you guys here who are into Southern Lord. So Bandcamp Friday, they had CDs for $2. So I managed to snag 3. I got in late. I was still working, and a lot of it sold out during the day. So, oh hell yeah, man! Got a few of the Krishna core stuff. I mean, I love it, man. Do I adopt that philosophy personally? Not really. I'm a terrible straight edge guy. You wouldn't know it. Anywho, yeah. So I got some Pelican, $2. This is the what is it? The Nightmare Stories album. So I've been wanting this one for a while. So I'm slowly just picking on my Pelican. A lot of you post metal nuts. If you left stuff like Russian Circles and whatnot, this completely fits that style. But yeah, and I love what they did here with the packaging and kind of just how the CD follows along with the that little stream there. There's a little details, man, that I think really matters. It's a very minimal type of packaging, but fucking cool, man. I really appreciate all that little stuff. It's they released Pelican put out a new album this year, actually, which I haven't even gotten around to it. Which almost so much shit dropping. So like I said, I'm slowly picking on the Pelican stuff. I'm not in a rush. Pelican's never been a band that's been really hard to find in the wild. It's just when I get around to having the space and budget for picking up the material. But really good, heavy post metal. And another one that I'm sure a lot of you got in on was this is a classic. I mean, we're talking about probably the first Southern Lord release, I believe. It's this Distorts Hammer right here, and I'm gonna show you. What's her name? Ronald. She's Norwegian. It's hard to say her name, but I have another thing of hers here too that I'll show it in a minute. But did I need another copy of this? $2, man. $2. If you didn't know any better and you have not heard of this band, you would think this is black metal, and it has all the tropes that we'd expect from a black metal band: upside down, crosses, the whole monochrome look. But it's not. It's very early, slow, kind of bordering on funeral, but sludgy, death doomy kind of stuff. This was the guys behind Sun who started this. You guys know the whole deal. This shit frightens me, man. I I remember back in the late 90s, just getting all those catalogs in and stuff and seeing this there. And during the Napster days, I remember downloading this, being really excited about what does this thing actually sound like, because I remember seeing the promos for it. And I was expecting something more on the black metal side, and no, no, not at all. Yeah, great EP. Yeah, I forgot to mention that it's not really a full length. They never really released a full length. They kind of just stopped from here, right? I think Logan can probably answer that better. Maybe, I'm not sure. Was she Easton's girlfriend? Oh, that's a cool little factoid. All right, thank you, Human yeah. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Not too late, man. Just a couple of things. You came right back in time for black. Is it black metal? No, could have fooled me. Good shit. I think this is a staple if you're guys getting into really heavy. If you started your collections and you're young, this is definitely a piece of history that's really worth picking up. For $2, you can't go wrong. It was $2 for me anyway. So the last one I got in on the $2 sale was this Naja luminous. It's a luminous, yeah, luminous rot. And Naja, or a Canadian band. It's are they husband and wife? I know they're a duo. Was it Aiden Baker? What's her name? They kind of play this droning. It's kind of shoegazy, droning ambience. It kind of gets into this sort of it's quite doomy actually. If you like stuff like Swans, I can kind of see you getting into this experimental. They released this under Southern Lord, but they've been on all different kinds of labels, and so I've been kind of slowly, again, picking up their stuff as I see it. I saw this sitting there for $2. I'm like, you can't go wrong. And this came out in 2019, I believe, and then the one after this one, so Labyrinthine, I think it is. It's got a few guest vocalists on there. More droning stuff. I know Rachel Davies was in Has Been in the Witch, if you know that band. It's on the follow-up. But really cool shit, man. If you guys like the stuff, very post-metal, shoegazy, doomy, with a lot of droning, experimental electronics, check out Nadja, Nadja. Really cool stuff. So really cool to have this in the collection. I feel like this year has been big on the gazy stuff. I know like Fey Tooth and these kind of bands have been kind of picking up that mantle. So yeah. So while I was at it, I actually made another order while I was waiting for this, for an earlier Naja album. So this was not part of the Southern Lord sale. It was put out by Crucial Blast, and this one is the Desire and Uneasiness. This is a much earlier release of theirs. I want to say 2009, something like that. And this is a gatefold. So look at that. Pretty cool. It's kind of a more of a different, more. It's also experimental, heavy. Again, very gazy, droning, doomy. Kind of the way I described the other one. It's just a different set of a production. Was it Leah Blackenref? I forget how to say her name, but yeah, it's two people. 2008 it says here. So there you go. Desire and Uneasiness, Naja. Really cool packaging. If you guys see the stuff around, definitely check it out. Looking for something a little different. So that would be it for the CD. So I do have some vinyl. I'm gonna whip out and got some cool stuff. Oh, do they? There's so many covers I don't keep up with, but I'm slowly picking at their collection and exploring. They have quite a number of albums out, so I got it. I got it pretty late on the Naja stuff. 12 years ago. Wow, man. Next time they come around, I got to check them out. I love stuff like this. I caught Mono earlier in the year. They were pretty good. So yeah, let's move on to the vinyl and make some announcements. Yeah, I was saying earlier that she was Thor's Hammer, which her name is hard to say, and Runhild Grunmeister, and this is Khlyst, Khlyst, and because I was talking about the experimental stuff, and it's October, and it's a month for nightmares. This right here will haunt your dreams. This is Chaos Is My Name by Khlyst, and came out in, I want to say 2006, something like that. And it does a lot of, it's more menacing, screeching, black metal, very tortured kind of stuff. It's very different from the Thor's Hammer, which is more slower and deeper growling. She has a different kind of vocal approach here. There's a lot of ambient moments. James Plotkin is involved with this. This is also, it's a 2-person thing. You guys know James Plotkin from Old, Canadian, a bunch of other things. He does a lot of production work for other bands. But yeah, this is something you put on if you want to scare the shit out of people. Do you get trick-or-treaters? If you do, put this thing on. If you're running out of candy and you don't want anybody ringing your doorbell, put this on. It's very nightmarish shit. And like I said, a lot of really open, just spooky, scary moments. There's very few albums I can say that will legitimately scare you. And if you thought the Thor's Hammer is pretty brooding, this stuff it gets even more on that register, even more evil. Yeah, it's a pretty old project. They didn't put out I think they just put this out. It was kind of like a one and done thing, and they moved on to other stuff. I think she also moved on to other things, and she's apparently really intelligent and she does like real work besides music. I've not checked out the new Eternal Bleeding, but thank you for the reminder there, Glenn. Shit, let me see. Did you recommend which one? The Khlyst? Scott hates everything. All right. So speaking of bands that are good for the October listens and whatnot, so this is a bargain bin pickup, and so this is a Norwegian band that's very far off from where their beginnings were, and I gotta admit I dropped off on the later in the wood stuff. This is Diversum, which is they just put out a new album too, not too long ago, and this is the one with their new vocalist, Burnt. There's another Burnt in the band, but his name's also Burnt. And yeah, if you're expecting, the 90s material and the more black metal stuff, it's not quite that anymore. Although Burnt does have quite a varied vocal register to this. I feel like his vocals have been pushed quite up front in the mix on this album. I think to kind of make it shine. I feel like the drums have kind of took the biggest sacrifice in this album, because I feel like it could have been pushed a lot more in the mix. I know he plays to serve the songs, but this is a great October listen. It's kind of progressive, gothic leaning metal. I wouldn't call it black metal, even though it has black metal like vocals. It's a little more punchy on the riffing. There's a lot of palm muting at moments. and really good melodic moments. Dreary. He even sounds like Johan from Candlemass at times. You know, he can kind of go there in the register. But there's very little black metal in it. I would also point out that it's more akin to what the later Enslaved stuff is like, where you try to point out the black metal moments. With every progressing release, there's like less and less of it. I feel like that's kind of what's going on with this band. But I enjoyed it. I think the new singer is a good fit. Who was the last singer? James. What the heck's his name? I'm pretty bad with this. It's the drummer, the only original member now, which is kind of a shame because like I feel like in here like he could have been a little more forward in the mix. I feel like it was a bit of a compromise. Yeah. So oh, Jarbo, awesome. Again, I do like me some Swans. Yeah, you're right, Tyler. I think Cezanne, after that, it pretty much has been just been a shift in direction in their sound, and bands have to progress. I get it. Yeah, exactly what you said. That's kind of how my feeling is on it. So, and that's around the time where I stopped paying too much attention to their discography. But I saw this in there. It was like at the right price. It was like they asked me for like $10 for this. I got, you know what? I'll check out some later in the woods. So not too bad. But for this time of year, it's good. It's a cool grab for the right price. I wouldn't pay $30 for it. That's for sure. But you want to put on stuff like that. This is a good time for like Woods of Ypres and whatnot. So I can proudly say I am almost complete on my Funeral Leech collection. So picked up their last one that came out last year. I think I showed a previous one on an earlier collection update in another video. So found this one. Carbon Ice put this one out too. And The Illusion of Time. Death Doom out of New York. More death metal with very doom elements. I love the treatment on this. It's got like a varnish, if you can see it. Again, I love the attention to detail on that packaging. I do have to spend a little more time with this to really let it soak in because there is quite a bit of depth to this sound. This is a little more open. It can get cavernous and very spacey and very dark. But I've been really enjoying what this band has been doing. So there they are. Let me see. I don't think they included anything else. Let me see. Well, yeah. Okay, so they do have a full booklet there. Cool little sigil-like thing. I don't know if you guys tuning into the stream are good at reading these sigils and stuff. I don't know. I'm not very studied on that thing, Tyler. But yeah, full page, full bleed photography. There's the band. I caught them live back in April. They blew me away. And I've been kicking myself because I didn't know about this band for a while, but I've never picked up their material. Really cool illustrations. So you guys see this around. It's definitely worth to pick up if you haven't already. I know Roger is a fan. So if you're watching Roger, I picked up their latest one. So yeah, I found a comp pretty cheap at the record store, and I don't know why it was so cheap because this looks like it's a bit of a time capsule. Yeah, Green Carnation, which I think just put out an album this year. So yeah, there's a lot of shit dropping. It's just getting so hard to keep up with everything. So yeah, so a lot of you older metalheads will probably appreciate this. So we all know about the Metal Massacre series and whatnot, and I feel like what is it? Roadrunner kind of has like a bit of this kind of thing going on with the early '80s compilations, and the Metal Battle series. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this or run across it in the wild. Not expensive. I paid like $5 for it, and the cover could have seen better days. But when you look at the list of bands on this thing, these are all like I don't know. They're all it's mostly English bands. We got Raven, Anvil, Battle Axe, Merciful Fates. Well, they're not all English, of course. Fate, Tank, Venom, Jaguar, Witchfind, Hallenbach, Satan, and Santers. I don't know Santers. Do I know? I don't think I know any Hallenbach. But it's a cool little mixed bag of all of the stuff that was going on in that era. 1983. Holy shit. Yeah. So there's the track listing if you guys can read it. And fucking cool, man. Finding this kind of thing in the wild, like pretty cheap, and just kind of looking at what they were promoting at the time. Cool original label. I don't even think this kind of thing was reissued at any point. So if you run across it in the wild, it's more than likely going to be an original. But happy to have it. Metal Battle and really old road racer shit, road runner, whatever you want to call it, stuff. And this one right here, something I picked up from Iron Fortress not too long ago, and they had it sitting there. And you know, this is another one of those really early death metal bands. These guys are from Texas. This is their only release, and Barriers by Crucifix. It's so here, the guys. Always fun to see these old photos. Let me see. Yeah, ministry shirt. Guys got a Cannibal Butchered Our Birth shirt. So it kind of gives you an idea of the time period when this stuff came out. This is really vicious, cutting, brutal. This kind of reminds me of Suffocation. A lot of Suffocationisms in this. If they were from Texas. So not the most original death metal in the world, but if you love early Suffocation, I can definitely see you guys kind of maneuvering towards something like this. So this was put out by Burning Dogma Records, and so as of this year, so this is a new reissue, another time capsule thing of what was going on in that period. And not too long, but this whole thing is just fucking vicious, you know. But this is another band that didn't get their due. It's just maybe they didn't get the more sound treatment or whatever. You know, I feel like anybody who was working with Scott Burns at the time probably had a little bit of leverage. You know, were probably pushed by those kind of labels. And you got bands like this that kind of got left behind, so which kind of sucks. It came in a nice sour apple green. I don't know if this is the only variant or if there's a black version available. I just saw that Iron Fortress had it on sale and kind of went in on that. So I see this stuff, and I'm not going to splurge for an overpriced OG tape. This is good enough for me. So so really, really cool. We talk about James, like James Murphy. I don't think it is, but yeah, and there's quite a few guys that do look like him. Funny enough. Another one here. I showed some hardcore punk earlier, and another record store pickup. You know, this is a band. If you're not gonna, 99% of the time, you're not gonna run to original shit from this band. If you do, be prepared to drop like 3 figures on their stuff. I talk about Infest, of course. You know, out of the West Coast. Man, like just Joe's vocals and everything else. These guys were a bunch of animals, man, way back in the day. So this is the 87 demo. I'm sure you've seen various forms of this back in the day. And but I'm just happy to have some material from this band. Again, this is clearly an unofficial thing, and these guys were putting out demos on tape way back in the day. And I've been hearing stories of how crazy their shows were. And you're talking about kind of the fastcore stuff, you know, if you're into like Drop Dead and shit like that, like this is definitely the kind of stuff that I know would be definitely in your wheelhouse. But I had nothing too fancy about the packaging. I didn't think it really needed to. These guys are very politically charged about everything, really. You know, they have a little bit of the shock factor in their imagery and whatnot. But really cool to have some Infest in the collection. So it sounds great too. You know, I feel like as long as these unofficial reissues have been around, He's got to have time to really work out the sound and the mixing, you know. And I'm sure Infest themselves are pretty aware that a lot of this shit's out there. So hey, what's up, Melody? Yeah, they fucking rule. Let's fucking go. Yeah, power violence. It's one way to describe it. You know, they do get pretty nasty and pretty fast. So they're still around. I think they broke up for a period and they started doing shows again. I don't know what their status is now. It's very infrequent. They definitely do not come around my area. I'd love to fucking see an Infest show in Philly, but I'm not holding my hopes up, you know. But if they do, not something I'd want to miss. I'll probably come out with a few bloody noses, but might be worth it. Okay, so being that it's October, I ran into a little fortunate situation. So yeah, so let me go ahead and pull this up, right? So I went to a $5 bin and actually found good shit. So this is my next segment right here. If I can get it to pop up. Here we go. Yeah, pickups from the bargain bin. And these were all $5. And so if you're ever down in Philly, check out Repo Records. And they do some cool, you know, I love these little touches these record stores do when they have their own little branding and shit. Like, yeah, I know they sell their own t-shirts. Everything's like kind of psychedelic leading like this. And here they got the pumpkin and you know, very acid witchy. So yeah, pretty cool. So what did I find? A few things. So again, $4.99 for everything. And so this is if you guys are familiar with Tobias Graves, like he is one of the most depressing people that I know still doing music right now. The guy's had a hard life, very drug addled, but he's had quite a few projects. You probably know him from a project called Soft Kill. He's more known for Soft Kill. I do have another record of his called Die Young, but he's got another band called Bless Your Grave. And this is an earlier one called Learn to Love the Rope. You're gonna call your band or your album, your EP. This is an EP called "Learn to Love the Rope." You're not in for happy times. Very dreary, depressing. There he is, right there. It's Tobias, and holy shit, this is very leading on the post-punk, dark wave kind of material. It get a little experimental, very ethereal. It's like I said, it's a very October thing. There's actually a music video for "Learn to Love the Rope" if you want to know what their sounds like. Production on is great. It doesn't sound like it's like a demo or anything like that. It's got a few of these EPs out, which if I see it around, I got to remember to definitely pick them up. Bless Your Grave, really good project. I don't know if he's still doing anything under this banner anymore, but there are quite a few releases. This is just one of the earlier ones for $5. Was hell of a steal. So really, really cool. So anything about Tobias Graves, just when you listen to anything by him, hide your razors. As a matter of fact, have your significant other hide your razors so you don't know where they are. Then put it on, and then have a good, not so good time enjoying it, if that makes sense. Another $5 pickup was Counterwall. I used to have a tape of this way back in the day, and like a lot of my other tapes, they got lost through the efforts of time. So this is an early, I believe, this is their first album, Pin and Web. Another $5 pickup, and really good shit, man. Like it's kind of like here they are, and if you like, this was put up by IRS. But it's very Suji and the Banshees. If you like Suji and the Banshees, like kind of, I would call it like a marriage of that with Concrete Blonde. So if you guys are Concrete Blonde fans, you know, this came out around the time they were dropping their stuff. So they've only put out like 2, 3, I think 3 albums, and they pretty much called it a day. But Counterwall are from Arizona, Phoenix, I believe, if I'm correct. So really cool little sleeve IRS put out. They even have a name of bands that they were pushing at the time. Killer Lords, Concrete Blondes on here. Wall of Voodoo. There's a little bit of Wall of Voodoo here that I hear. It's sort of in their sound. So if you like kind of an amalgamation of all that stuff, this is definitely a band to check out if you haven't already. Yeah, so English beat, Go-Go's. There you go. There you go. There's some pop here, but really cool how they kind of threw that in there as part of the promo and packaging. It kind of made it part of the sleeve. So really cool stuff. So yeah, Cattle Wall, $5. Fucking really happy about that. This is a cool one that I did not own anything by, and this is a project out of Philadelphia. So they're from my city, and they were one of the early bands kind of doing this sort of experimental post rock, but it gets so heavy. I would say this is a very early form of post metal. I would even go that far. So this is King Carcass with Blind, and this should not be too hard to find out in the wild. So for $5, again, it was a steal. And I would say their sound, it's kind of like the experimental stuff, like what the guys like Sonic Youth were doing, but add swans to it, and add a bit of the thickness, like the kind of stuff you'd expect from early Helmets, and you kind of get King Carcass. And this is band from Philadelphia, was doing this in the late 80s. I want to say this is 88, 89, something like that, when this came out. They put out one more full length in the 90s and a 7-inch, and they called it a day. But definitely check it out. I think you guys would dig this if you like the big heavy noise, kind of noise rock, laden kind of stuff. King Carcass, really, really cool. So really happy to have that little piece of a Philadelphia very early post rock, post metal history. And so the last one from the $5 bin that I found was from Electric Valley Records. I was very surprised to see this cheap there, being that it's actually a newer release. So yeah, so this is a high and heavy with Warrior Queen. And looking at that, you kind of wonder what this might be like. So I'll just show you the back. There you go. That's a dead giveaway. Electric Valley Record. If you guys know that label, they're very stoner doom. They're actually involved in the Castle Rat. They were one of the co labels releasing that this year, along with that Goya record that I really like. And so this shit right here, it's kind of not what I was expecting. I was expecting something a little more retro sounding, maybe a little more 70s, but it does have the Sabbath isms kind of thrown in. But the vocalist at times kind of reminds me of Paige Hamilton. There's a little bit of that. It's like if Helmet was trying to be a stoner doom band, if that makes any sense. So there's a little bit. It's very riffy. There's quite a bit of fuzziness to it. They got a few releases out, but I didn't own anything by them. So this was a very easy entry point for me. So $5 and got some high and heavy by Warrior Queen. So limited too. So it's 120 copies. Came in a sort of white vinyl. So eat your eyes out, Roger. White vinyl, right there. It even came with the stickers. So where is it? Right here? Pretty cool. Look at that. Pure wizard rock. So I would say these guys kind of lean more on the heavy, very heavy rock side than they do more outright metal. But Electric Valley kind of has a mixed bag of all that kind of stuff. So if you know that label. So that's pretty much what I have as far as my polls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a couple announcements and things going on this week for those of you who want to stick around for that. Once again, I want to say thank you to Dave for setting some VCLT my way. Really fucking awesome box, man. I'm completely just blown away, man. It's really good stuff. I will be doing I will announce some sort of giveaway for the Halloween thing. We'll be including that Acid Witch among some other stuff. And so what's coming up? Let's do some announcements. This week, I would say over Tuesday. So I think Jeff scheduled it at 9 o'clock. Will be on the Gas Masks and Hand Grenades YouTube channel. I will be joining Jeff. And so if you guys come and join us for this, wear your flannels. It's that time of year. Wear your Doc Martens. If you got any Kangol hats, you can wear those too. And let's go into the 90s. We will be talking about debut albums by these three bands right here. So Stone Temple Pilots Core, the debut Black Crowes album, and the first Candlebox album. And these are not metal, clearly, but these are bands that we, or what I call albums, we love very much, that were very part of our early music journey. It was definitely for me. I was a teenager when this stuff was dropping. Jeff himself was already well out of his college years, definitely. But it's a series that he's doing. This is the third one, and he had Logan join one of them. Kellen did another one in that series. So I guess I'm up now. So we will be diving into these albums and just kind of going into the memory fucking stairwell of where we were. What do we think about these albums at the time? Do we think they still hold any relevancy in the music, I guess, zeitgeist today? I think they do. I think they have a lot of influence. They were very important releases for a lot of us, even if it's not your wheelhouse anymore. But hell, man, these were albums that were important during the. I would say the only one that really it's quite different from these will probably be the Black Crowes, because they're not from the Seattle area. But it'd be cool to spend a Tuesday night and just kind of doing something different and talking about bands like this. Thank you, Glenn. Yeah, so definitely tune in. Gas Mask and Hand Grenades, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, and should be a fun time. Will I come bring in jokes and props? If you know me, you might see some things. So another thing is, as I've already announced multiple times, there will be a live stream this weekend, and it will be nice Halloweeny fun. I do this every year, and I thank everybody who tunes into this and joins in. So what does this consist of? Basically, the panel gets together, and we just show anything that's relevant to Halloween. It could be movies, music, stories. You want to talk about any props, factoids? It doesn't have to be all music. It doesn't have to be all movies. Whatever you want to pull. It's just be a day to celebrate some Halloween. There's the thumbnail. And I'm doing it live this year. The previous years, I kind of did like a live premiere. And so you will still be able to be active in the comments. But this year, Halloween lands on a Friday night. I'm not going to clash with Heavy Metallurgy, because I actually may be on heavy Metallurgy this week. So that's to be announced. So it's a busy week for me, as I mentioned. But I will be hosting November 1st. So it'll be one day after Halloween, and I'm sure a lot of you will be home, and we will not be interrupted by trick-or-treaters during this event. I do have some things pulled. Anybody joining the panel, I got a few people who are already on board. It should be a fun night, and just hang out. You know how we do. I promise I'm laying off the THC. I'll be around for the whole stream, and I'll be able to get some rest and not ruin it for you guys. And going, no, Glenn, I'm not going to disappear. You have my word on this. Unless if I disappear, I've been abducted and probably getting probed. I can't do anything about that if that's the situation. Oh, thank you, John. Yes, it is / Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead falls on the 1st and the 2nd. Oh, one second here. So I got this thing to kind of celebrate the occasion. Picked this up today. And Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. So here in Philadelphia is a big Mexican community, and it's celebrated here. And obviously, Dia de los Muertos is more of an importance to them than Halloween. And so on my way home, I fucking cracked the thing. So it sucks, but I was able to super glue it back together. And but you know what? I'm not too upset now, because I'm like, that crack, this is the city of the Liberty Bell, right? We're all about cracks here. And I think it's kind of fitting for this kind of thing. Yeah, Jeff did a good job holding it down. I gave him host access, so he was able to sign out of the stream for me. He had a feeling that some shenanigans were going to go down. Don't blame it all on me, though. You know, fucking chromium dioxide came in later on. I found out later on, and it kind of crashed the stream. But he's still funny as hell. Thank you, John. So yeah, join us for that, and definitely should be a fun time. So yeah, so I was going to show this during the Halloween thing, but I saw it last night, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to. Did anybody know there's a third Tales from the Crypt movie? You know, there was Demon Knights, which I have on VHS sitting over there. Bordello of Blood, and this is one here called Ritual. It came out in 2002. There's the Tales from the Crypt. Very tiny here. This whole thing feels like a fucking afterthought. It's like they did this Jamaican voodoo kind of thriller of a movie, and they just kind of slapped on this Tales from the Crypt. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you have not heard of this, or if you did, that it was a Tales from the Crypt kind of branded thing. Yeah, and nobody saw that, right? Like, and I wouldn't. If you're gonna see a Jamaican voodoo horror movie, Serpent and the Rainbow is where you want to go. Like, they did it right the first time. They fucking scared the shit out of everybody, and then this thing came out some years later, which I hate to say it because like Tim Curry's in this. Tim Curry's fucking awesome, you know. So I hope Tim Curry's doing well. He had that stroke. He's not really acting anymore. This is years before that whole thing went down. Jennifer Grey is in this. She does have a dirty dancing moment in this movie. There's a scene. But holy shit. This it's kind of slow moving. It's not what I thought it would be. I understand fully why it wasn't that well known and promoted, but Demon Knight is still the best one. I mean, you know, I have my opinions about Jada Pinkett, but I did like her in that one. Fucking big stupid fun. Yeah. I could watch that over and over, and the fucking soundtrack on that movie too. That's another thing that was missing on this. It's a great soundtrack. Before I sign off, I also want to mention that in this movie, I already knew things were going to go south, this kind of south, when the Crypt Keeper is dressed like a Jamaican, speaking in a Jamaican accent. And it's already pretty campy. It's already pretty punny. It just took it to a level that it was not good. It just did not work. Sorry to report. Fucking soundtrack for Demon Knight does rule. So yeah. So yeah, so look for me Tuesday night, gas mask and hand grenades, 3 of an imperfect pair. Talk about some early what do you call it, debut 90s albums. Look for me in my flannel. Maybe wearing Doc Martens, but if you can see my feet. And there'll be a heavy metallurgy announcements. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. So that's up to Marty and Alan and how they want to do this. And then Saturday be the Halloween deal. And then coming up, so the fun doesn't have to stop. Depeche Commode Chris is going live with his Sloppy Sunday. So tune in every. He doesn't do it every Sunday, but when he does the old guy rants, which is hilarious. And so here it is. Hop on the Depeche Commode channel in about less than an hour at this 45 minutes. And he will be talking about his issue with leaf blowers. There it is right there. And he'll give his comedic take on the cloud yelling calamity of these people who have no regard for other people's peace, and regarding that. So Chris, I'm going to pass it on to you once I end the stream. Hopefully I can get some traffic your way. Chris could use some more subscribers, so definitely give him some support, and should be a fun time. You know, where I'm at, I don't have too much of a problem, especially if you're in a city. Maybe you don't have the suburbs is where I think he lives in the suburbs of Chicago, or way out where it's not in the inner city, where leaf blowers are still a bit of an issue. So definitely tune in. Maybe I can see Chris getting to that Clint Eastwood level of annoyance. Years, you know, fun stuff. So I'm gonna finish my Werewolf of Wall Street for today's Sophisticated Werewolf and sign out. But thank you everybody for joining in tonight, and I look forward to seeing you guys later in the week with more streams coming up. So it's going to be pretty busy. So hey, what's up, Alan? Should be a fun time. So thank you everybody, and if you're watching this on a rerun, check out some of the stuff I've shown. There's some good stuff here, and happy October. And but it's too bad it wasn't a full moon night. I wish it was. So I might have to just transform later on. So catch you all later. Definitely keep it dreadful, and catch you all on the next stream. So it's been awesome. So cheers.